Sharmila ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Shall we start, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, all. Today's afternoon session will be handled by Dr. Sharmila ma'am. Currently, she is actually working as an assistant professor and head of Department of IT, Department of Information Technology, School of Computing Sciences, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, Chennai. And also, she is a university scholarship officer, Hindustan University, that is Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science. Head Center, she is a head center for networking, cyber defense, School of Computing Sciences, Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science. Previously, she was actually working as an assistant professor in the same department. She was the project coordinator for Aditya Information Systems during the period of 2000 to 2003. Before that, she was a design engineer in Silex Logic Private Limited, Chennai. She was actually holding a degree of PhD in Computer Networks, Information Technology Department, Hindustan Institute of Technology, Master's degree in Communication Systems, ECE Department, Hindustan College of Engineering, Anna University, Bachelor of Engineering degree in ECE from Thangavelu College of Engineering, Madras University. She has published more than 20 research papers in refereed journals and also book chapters and conferences. She's published a patent also in smart lighting solution using hexagon structured optic mirror pipe. She has completed 12 weeks online course and has got a elite certificate in ethical hacking and attended many training programs, and also she has attained a fund for traveling, that is traveling grant also she obtained from World Technology Universities Network UK for exchanges and joint research meetings at University of Bradford UK, and also received a national level best faculty award for the year 2017 under the category for evangelizing and contributing to spread knowledge across several institutions for the contributions in the academia from Computer Society of India, CSI, which is actually the leading professional body recognizing and the academicians under various categories. She has also received national level Best Cyber Security Education Institution Award of the year 2017 from Data Security Council of India, DSCI, Data Security Council of India, NASCOM. Excellence Award is the premier industry recognition in the security region. Received also encouragement award from Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science in the year 2017, CLN promotional award from IET Professional Society in the year 2014, and also she was the reviewer for many science and technology engineering systems journal from 2017, attended many workshops and also received a fund of 50,000 from DRDO for organizing a national level conference. Her expertise is actually cyber security networks, that is in mobile ad hoc networks, sensor networks, applications, graph theory, image processing, cloud computing, IoT, and very large scale integration. The main highlights are she was actually an accomplished researcher in cyber security and management, innovative thinker. She was actually a mentor for GSA, that is Google Student Ambassadors. She was actually the faculty coordinator for that. And also, she has attended many conferences, published many papers, reviewer for many journals. So, and also she is certified, FCE certified from Cambridge, IBM ICE certified.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I think it's more than enough. My major accomplishment is in cybersecurity and networks, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Shamila. Thank
We'll
you.
move on with the session, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Welcome, Shamila, for the session.
yeah, yeah, ma'am. Thank you. I think I've just switched on my camera. I hope everybody can see me. Yes, okay. One minute. I'll just share my PPT. You can able to see my
Yes.
PPT, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. So thank you, Lily ma'am, for the very big introduction for me. Thank you, ma'am. As ma'am is informed, I'm just working as associate professor and heading the Department of Information Technology in Hindustan Institute of Science and Technology, right? So I'm going to present today on the topic penetration testing, very famously called as pen testing methodologies. I've just put a courtesy here that some of the topics I just took it from nptelac.in because I did a course there, very good course, and then merged as per the trend. With respect to cybersecurity is concerned, that it is changing technology, right? Tools change, everything changes, so everything has to be updated. So my dear participants, in a nutshell, I will be telling you what is pen testing methodologies, what are the phases available. I really welcome you all for this presentation. The quick agenda for today's session is what I will be introducing to pen testing. What are the six phases of pen testing? Hands-on exercises. I cannot do it with the six phases. It is because of time constraint. You could see now when we move on to hands-on exercise, you could see the first two phases will take much amount of time. And then a slight introduction on black and white box and gray box testing. It is because this is what is trending in industry. In industry, we call it as red team, blue team, and purple team. Now only three teams are there. Very trending it is going on. In order to introduce that, you should know what is called black, white, and gray box testing. And finally, the outcome, right? And you could see here, I've just put a note on the links for self-learning. It is because pen testing cannot be covered in a 1.5 hours time, right? So what I've done is in every slide, wherever possible, I have included links for self-learning, and also at the last, that means to your growth, you should have a growth, right? Till next 5 years, 10 years means what you're supposed to do, right? So where and all you can hunt for data. So at last, I'll be giving a link for self-learning, which is for lifelong learning. In between, whatever I put is only for current trending. It will be changing, right? So you should, as a participant, you should able to understand the PPT as such. I will be giving you the PPT, which will be very useful for you. So in every slide, whatever I introduced is trending. Lifelong learning at last I've given, so that you can able to have a full, verge of what is pen testing methodologies, right? So briefly, I'll just introduce what is called pen testing. Pen testing is nothing but it is a simulated cyber attack using tools which is available open source, right? To check on a computer system whether any exploits or vulnerabilities are there. In a simple term, if you say any loopholes are there, so that you can go into a system. So many films have come out to introduce such concepts, right? Many films. If you see that many of the films, they try to hack a system, they will send a Trojan, right? That is all. Sending a Trojan is a black hat hacker, right? Whereas the ethical hacker will stop it, okay? Sending a Trojan, finding a loophole into the system. That is what is basically pen testing, okay? Why this is so famous? It is because open source tools are very available in a large way, right? In a huge, it is based on a community based availability, right? Every community is bringing out and then introducing the new tools. That is the reason bug bounty programs have evolved out. I'll just give an introduction to bug bounty here. Bug bounty is nothing but many students, school students, it's not college, right? Many school students are bug bounters. They just find bug in Facebook Google, etc., 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 and then earn money, right? That is what they're doing. So for this, they use the data source, just pen testing tools. That much is the value. A pen testing tool, right? If they are handling, what is the job roles of this? Minimal level job role is a bug bounty, bug bounter, and then security architect, security professional, etc., etc. It goes on, right? So that is the wantage or the need of the hour of pen testers nowadays, right? It is, if a company wants to pen test their website, they first give it to bug bounters because that is in cheap, they will finish it off, or they'll move on to professionals. That is a need. So they have just introduced this bug bounty program so that all these pen testing tools can be used in an effective way. So that is the introduction for pen testing. Pen testing is nothing but finding an exploitable vulnerability. Exploitable means you can enter into it, right? Exploitable vulnerability in a computer system, right, or in a web application, through a web application or through a hardware, firmware, whatsoever we can say. Okay. So there are a number of applications through which you can enter in. That's what is written here: APIs, application protocol interface, front end, back end servers. Or to uncover vulnerabilities, you can use unsanitized inputs, the input which are not, it's a bad sector, it has got a bad sector, right? That is what is introduced. The link which is given here, please, all of you should go through. I'll go through only one part of it. There are it's a huge database with the current industry is using on. I'm just updating that with my alumni who are working in there. My alumni are working in KPMG, Ernst & Young, Freshworks, Deloitte, right? Those alumni gave me those data through which I'm just serving it to you all, right? So this is the one website where you have a lot of attack vectors are there, and with what tools you can able to identify. One sample, I'll just show you. This is what is a sample. If you all have any doubt, there's a last questionnaire session is there, or in between also you can stop me and ask me, right? So this attack.metre.org, okay, this is what here. So if you could see here, just come down, all of you can see the slide, anyone can respond. Yes
ma'am. Yes.
Attack.metre. See the attacks here, in what levels it has been given: initial access, execution, persistence, all these vectors. Based on vectors, they have given an attacks here, right? I have chosen only the one. See, this is full package is given just for seeing what all exploits are available. They have, if you go into brute force, if you go into any of this password guessing or password cracking, whatsoever, see, they would have given you the procedural steps and what is the solutions, how to detect, where they have taken it. This is a full package where all the industry people are using it to find out how a attack is happening, where it has happened. They are updating their knowledge. For every industry, even as a faculty, right? If a student or a faculty, as a faculty, we should be aware of it to tell it to our students, right? So we should have a knowledge session like this and then discuss with students. For that reason, I just shared you with this slide. So we'll move upon. So there are 6 phases basically into your pen testing. First is reconnaissance. See here, I'll just give in a nutshell what is all these 6 phases. Don't ever think that this is the 6 phases is always there. I already told you, you have to be in a view that everything changes, right? That is what is cyber, not only cybersecurity. Even if you take deep learning, now it has become reinforcement learning, right? Everything is changing. We had ML, DL, now it is reinforcement learning, RL. Everything changes. Similarly, cybersecurity also changes. There are 6 phases I've listed here. I've already given a link down, right? So if you go up there it will be some other phases. For example, threat modeling, vulnerability, and so on, right? So, but what I took is what is should be known to you all, the basis, right? That is what I took it as the 6 phases. A quick intro on the 6 phases. As of this, the 6 phases, the 5 phases are testing stages. The first is nothing but just gather the information, right? Just gather information about a particular website or a system and goes on. Then use a command line tool, that's called scanning. Use a command line tool and then start targeting the system. Third is slowly enter into the system. Fourth is don't do anything, wait for 6 months. Right? That is what we do. They'll inject a malware, that doesn't do anything. Because if you do something immediately, they'll track you up. So what they will do, they will just keep quiet. For 6 months, they'll be quiet. Finally, in the fifth phase, they start attacking it and then analyze it. Sometimes they may attack, sometimes they analyze the data, sometimes they change the data. That depend upon the tools they use in the first phase and the second phase. These are the 5 phases which are testing phase. I go back, the 6th phase is the covering tracks, right? Covering tracks are nothing but just erase the root whatever a hacker entered. That is what is covering tracks, right? So reconnaissance is nothing but gather the information about the website. Scanning, use specific tools to see what are all the vulnerabilities. That means loopholes are there for exploitation. Third is you go into the system or into the website. System, since website is always a system, hope everybody knows about it, right? It is because it is connected to a server. And then maintain the access. Don't do anything, maintain. But nowadays they call it a 0-day attack, right? What is called 0-day attack? No 6 months waiting and all. Trending, no? Yes, cybersecurity is trending. They send an injection and then it goes on. That's all. Immediately your system gets on hold into others control. That's called 0-day attack. Okay. Then analyze it, whatever we can do, then erase the track. That is the 6 phases of pen testing. Yeah. So as part of the legality issues, since I said hands-on, Lily ma'am, I would like to know, is that they are available with laptops now, or
mostly they'll be having laptops, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, then thank you. So we'll go on with hands-on session in between, so that you should put the shoe of a ethical hacker, right? It's ethically we are doing, right? We are not putting the shoe of a black hat hacker. So that is what should be there at the background of your mind always, right? We are not going to find out what is here and there open, we're going to use it. No, we'll find out what is open, that's all. And as an ethical hacker, we'll try to inform them. Whereas a black hat hacker will go into the system. So we are not for that. That is what I would like to mention up here. So we'll go into the first phase. As I already told you, reconnaissance is nothing but gathering information, right? So we are doing a test here, right? So when we do a test, we should have our scope. What is that we are going to do, right? How we are going to gather? What are the, for example, if you're going to take up a website, we are going to gather the information of the domain names. What is a mail server, right? And then we will not do anything initially, only in the maintenance phase or in the gaining phase we'll do something. Okay. So here only we gather information. For these, for doing these, we have tools. Okay, so that is what we'll be seeing in the next slides. So reconnaissance is the act of gathering preliminary data or intelligence on your target. So the data is gathered in order to better plan for your attack. So that's why they're teaching you a planning. If you want to attack, right, you have to do a better plan, and only you can start attacking. Anyway, in your borders, what they do, right? They don't do it very immediately. Attack doesn't happen immediately, right? They first plan, they inform, and then do. That is also here. They plan, inform, and do. That attack is also here. That suddenly some attack happens. That is also there. That is what we'll be seeing in black, white, and gray box texting. So this reconnaissance can be performed actively or passively. There are 2 ways which we can do. What is active and what is passive, right? So if you see your passive, fully into using your web tools, that means Google search, all using your websites. Whereas if you accept the email harvesting, that alone will be command line. Okay. Why we call it as passive? Not very, injected, or not very, not very harm. Whereas active is going to be harm, right? It will harm. That is why it is called active reconnaissance. Okay. So what are the tools which we are going to use is Whois, Netcraft, History, Archive.org. Whereas in terms of Google search, it is site, in URL, in title, file type. Is any of the participant knows of such tools, or can I have an idea about it? I'll just quickly come to the Google Meet. Is that you all have an idea? Any of you can? I guess I could see the um, message box here. Yes. Okay. Yes, is for me, right? Wireshark. Okay. But the tools which are listed now, few people have said yes. Okay. That's good. I'll go on. So, who is Netcraft history? And then in the Google search, we'll be seeing some of the tools. That is one thing. And this is all actually a little bit old versions. Okay, there are new versions of it. So what I will do is I'll show you the old versions, and new versions I'll touch upon using the links. Right, that's what I have planned for today's class. Okay. So in order to move on to the tools, the basics here is what is called DNS. Just all of you will be knowing it. Just I'll touch upon, that's all. And subdomains, right? Because this is what, if you should understand, you should find out in a website using the about tools. Okay, DNS is nothing but domain name system. Okay, so what is for an example? I've just put up a diagram. I don't want to read through because all of you know it. So you know very famous domain name system providers GoDaddy. So they are providing, right? I will just introduce a scenario why we require a tool to investigate. That is what I'm introducing here. There is a GoDaddy, a domain name provider, who provides a name for our website, right? Because we cannot use IPs, you all know it, right? Because so they provided the name. So what we did is initially we connected that name to a cloud server called DigitalOcean. Very comfortably we were going on for 6 months, okay, and then it went on, not an issue at all. But suddenly what happened is I'm not very, I felt that VaultTR is one more cloud providers. I took this different cloud providers because this is what cyber security hackers are using, ethical hackers are using. That is the reason I did not went for AWS or IBM or other stuff, Google, other stuff. These are the cloud providers used by the ethical hackers. Okay, so initially we were comfortable with DigitalOcean, no problem at all. But suddenly somebody felt that DigitalOcean is very costly. Okay, so I'll move on to VaultTR. So what they did is they just informed, right, GoDaddy to link it to, they got the name, no? So they just provided that linkage to VaultTR, and they informed DigitalOcean we are moving out, but they have not made the payment. You assume a scenario, right? They have not made the payment. People are doing like that. We may think that they are not doing, people are doing it. So they did not make the payment. So your GoDaddy is now pointing out to both. Okay, so using the tools, what we can able to find out is a hacker will find out what is the present DNS. Here DNS is giving here is connected to this points. What are the present DNS? What are the old DNS? So what they will do is they will find out if these are the old DNS. They will go into those places and then try to hack, because there is a linkage there, so they can get a hold of the data, right, from your DigitalOcean. They can get hold on your data. It is because since you did not have paid the money, DigitalOcean will not provide security for your data, right? This is the problem. So what they are doing, DigitalOcean is still, because of money issue, they are not paying anything, and then it is still there. This is what is the problem happening. Okay, so DigitalOcean, through that linkage is there, security is not, it is open. So a hacker goes into it and then catches up with the data. So you may think that only local people or with small organizations will do it. If it is small or big, a vulnerability is a vulnerability. That is what in a hacker's point of view. Any loophole can cause a damage, right? Any loophole can cause a damage. Okay, that is what we have to take care. So this is what is a scenario. So what is called a subdomains, you all know. www dot itself is a subdomain, right? For example, if your site is there, carriers.yoursite.com, that is a subdomain. So instead of www dot, it is carriers. That provides a service. forum.yoursite.com provides a service. support.yoursite.com provides a service. And all these will be linked to a name service. This is the scenario of a subdomain and domain name system. Now, all of us, please open up, your computer, your laptops. We'll go on with the tools now. And then try to put in who's. Just find out who is. That's it. In google.com, find out what is, or in the URL place, you can put what is who's. Then go to who.is, right? That one. If you just put up in the Google who's, it comes to who.is. Just go into that. I know it's a post-lunch session. I need some answers from the participants. So I will not be questioning anyone directly, but some answers from the participants. In the domain names, just put Microsoft.com. Can anybody say what has been listed there? When we put Microsoft.com, what has been listed there? Okay, very good. Capture some information which is required for us. DNS records, name service basically, right? Exactly. So I'll move up on. That is what the answer I want. The name service, wherein you find the services running, right? That is what is basically being required. So that is one tool. The second tool, if you move upon, is your Netcraft. Netcraft is will give you the subdomains, right? Netcraft will give you the subdomains. So all of you can put out netcraft.com and find and tell me a subdomain now. Subdomain. I need a subdomain of Microsoft.com. I'll show you the pathway how you have to go. This is the pathway. www.netcraft.com. The pathway is here. Please see through the pathway, enter and tell me the details. One minute, I've just entered.
Ma'am, we have only active cyber defense.
What? What is that? Please come again.
Ma'am, when we said the path, when we went to netcraft.com,
okay.
So we are getting active cyber defense.
No, you have to put only you went to resources, right? In the resources, you have to go to tools. Under the tools, there is search DNS. Did you check that?
No, ma'am. In the resources, I did not go.
Please go through this this part. Resources. In the resources tools, search DNS. Type only Microsoft.com. You get the subdomain. Say what is the first subdomain? Can anybody answer?
Teams.microsoft.
Ma'am, it is teams.microsoft.com.
Yeah, I've also shown up.
Teams.microsoft.
Yeah, I've also shown up there, right? That is also done. Still, I'm asking you just to find out, no, if I'm answers from you. This is how we get the subdomains. Okay, so what are subdomains? Subdomains are services which are connected to some name service. So if anything is open up, especially they will target, the databases. A database service will be targeted. Okay, so what I've given now at the bottom is, so hope all of you got it. So www.netcraft.com. See, this is participants. This is this today's scenario. This is what is Netcraft. 1 year back, it was very different. We have to hunt. Okay, we have to hunt and then find out. It may change every 6 months. Okay, what we have to do is we have to hunt and then check out. Right. So when you do here www.netcraft.com. Go to resources, tools, search DNS, Microsoft.com, we get the subdomains. There's one more link which I've just given down, geekflare.com, find subdomains. You can use that also. Okay. Then, this is all old versions. Okay, I'll tell you the latest version now. All of you, please follow this one. VirusTotal, which is the latest reliable source as on date, current trending. How do I find out this is? Most of you, I suppose, will use GitHub, right? From GitHub repository, we can take it up. Okay, GitHub repository, you may ask me that GitHub repository has got very large amount of tools. How to hunt for one tool? We have to be in a community. For this only, I've given a lifelong links at the last. Okay, so if whatever questions you have, that is what the question I also had. That is what I hunted. Okay, how to find out VirusTotal is the one trending tool? It is because if we are into a community, we know about it. We know that we can pick up this tool from GitHub, but how to find out this one? We have to attach to a community. What is that community? Through Twitter, or there are certain more certain links are there which I'll show you at the end. This is how you have to connect. Okay. So please, all of you, try these tools. It's www.virustotal.com. Don't put Guy also, it will come. Now I want you to find out, if you put https microsoft.com, what is the answer you're getting? If you don't put https, just put microsoft.com, what is the answer you're getting? Even you could put here www. That also you can put up here. Just see the difference. I want you to see the difference between these two versions, participants. www.microsoft.com, www.virustotal.com. This is the latest version where people currently trending industries as well as researchers are using it out. Now you have to connect with a scenario which I told you. How a DNS is connected to a name server. I'm sorry, DNS is connected to a cloud server. What happens now? I've just clearly given a scenario there and a tool here to find out. So that is what is the connectivity you all should learn. Latest DNS records and then old DNS records and subdomains. Just see whether you can able to get this off, or you ask me, I'll just guide you. Not able to see my screen. Not able to see my screen now. Admin US Labs, okay. There's a screen freeze. Somebody has asked here. You can able to see it out. Okay. Thank you. Okay, somebody is not able to see. I don't know why. Okay, let's figure that. Please, all of you participants, use this tool and see. This is the latest trending tool which you all should see the difference. In the first phase, you'll get an IP address. I feel so. Second phase is the latest. Yeah. What is it you're getting? You can, if you're not able to speak out, you can just chat here. I'm just seeing the chat. I have a desktop here to see the chat also simultaneously. I'm only showing the slides, ma'am. I'm not doing the exercise. I'm asking you to do, ma'am. Because it is very clearly, I've just given the pathway. So I'm asking you to do the tools. Because it's a hands-on. I asked ma'am, I said everybody has got. If you want me to do it, then I have to do it. Okay, that's not an issue. So what is that we have to do? We have to go to the search vector and then just type Microsoft.com. Right. Go to details. You have the latest DNS records. See here. When you go to details, you have the latest DNS records. Yes. When you put HTTPS, you'll get the IP address. IBM you are very right. Yeah, SHA, I know that. SHA 256. But that's not our target. Now our target is on, I want the latest DNS records. Very good, thank you. Latest DNS records, and if you go to relations, you see the passive, that means it's not active. The old versions, Microsoft's old versions DNS records. So that's a connectivity, right, which is available to a particular name server. If this is not secure, an hacker can go into this and hack it out. Did you all understand? And a hacker can go into this and hack out. I hope I made it clear. I'll move on. So I want you to please assume a scenario and start learning the pen testing. It will be very interesting then. So you have to catch up with the scenario and then start learning. All of you got it? We'll move upon. I'm not getting an S here. Someone or the other? Yes, okay, thank you so much. Okay. So the next tool is called www.archive.org. It's a Wayback Machine. That means in your I'm very sorry that if it's your mission is a standalone, you can work out. In our college, I'm working from Hindustan. I'm working from here. Today also I'm working from here only. They have not given me an access to this tool. I'm sorry about that, because it is little bit tricky. In the tool is Wayback Machine. We cannot obviously go to the future, so we have to go back only, right? So in Microsoft.com, in the year 2014, how it looks like. In the year 2011, how it looks like. The website, right? The website, how it was, what was the view of the website in the way back years. That is what can be seen. If you try Microsoft.com, you can see up to this level. Okay, so April 18th itself, this many snapshots have been taken up. Okay, there are much more are there. That is what is your archive, right? So this many snapshots can be taken out. But this is up to this only Microsoft is showing. Whereas other websites, if you try, you can try your own college website, right? Just try and see. I cannot do that because this tool is not accessible for me from my network. I'm using my college network. So just for, camera on and then tools and for that purpose. So just try out and see. Any one of you, if you could respond, any one of you, to a few participants, if you respond, I can move upon. It's www.archive.org. Yeah, okay. Just see the past difference, right? How the website looks upon. You may think that what is going to happen on this this side. There's a lot of difference. They might threaten you this, or they might tell you, right? This year, this is what is your website. Some fake data is there. Something, Do you understand? Some fake data is there. So now the fake data is gone. Some threatening may happen, right? That is how you should link. Every tool is to be linked with the scenario, right? Every Very good. Shows graph, you say that. Thank you so much. Every tool is linked with a scenario. Okay. Then we'll go on to the Google search. It's very important, very easy tools, very important tools also. So I will also put up on here. As one of the ma'am, if you could see, it is site colon microsoft.com, right? What happens, you just see. Just in the Google search, if you put site colon microsoft.com, you will be listing out all the items which is related to microsoft.com. Okay, that is what is the first one. That is what is the first one. This is a very easy one. What I will try to do is I'll try to do the second one. Site colon microsoft.com. Okay. Here it is site.microsoft.com. Please, all of you try this tool and tell me what is your understanding. First, we can also read through site colon microsoft.com, and it says minus site colon www.microsoft.com. The meaning for that is when you type in site colon microsoft.com, you will be listing out all the things related to microsoft.com. I don't want a subdomain. You understand? www is a subdomain. www.microsoft.com, that is a subdomain. So I don't want that. That is a tool. I'm just putting up here. When you see up here, okay, first we'll go one by one, right? Maybe from the copy paste something happens. Site.microsoft.com. We list out this, right? That's what we do here. Then we go up here, then put minus site colon www.microsoft.com. How it comes. Don't do a copy paste, it doesn't work out. So site.microsoft.com, then minus site colon www.microsoft.com. So when I provide you with the PPT also, please don't do a copy paste, it's not working out. So apart from www. All others will be listed. Apart from this subdomain, all others will be listed. This is all again not very interesting tools, I know that, but still you have to know. It is because you have to, suppose if you are doing any search, as a hacker, I want to only particular subdomains. Okay, I don't want all these subdomains. You can minus that, like that also you can do, right? So the next tools would be, see here, in title, ill URL is all vulnerable tools. It is why, because when you say in title or in URL means in the URL you are finding some vulnerability. In title means you are in the phrase pen testing or something, you are just finding a vulnerability. Okay, that is what is the next tool. In title, it is a colon. You have to put a pen you have to put a quotes and testing something, right? You have to do a pen testing. See here, pen testing tools, everything comes up. If I'm going any fast or something like that, please stop me. The next tool is in URL. Okay, see, very interesting tool. In URL, in that you are putting a login. Colon, see, in URL colon, I'm showing and then I'm doing. In URL colon, then in double quotes, you have to put login. give a space and do it. In URL colon space login. What comes here? All the URLs which has a login. Hacker, what is important? Login is important. That login page is important. So that they can put a, I think I should not say this, right? There are some I cannot put up here, students, but I can just say to you. That is all I can do, right? There are some websites, where your login website they'll find out. Okay, instead of login name will be empty. You can put the password. Many of you I know, I suppose, if at all. Okay, password you can try out with one single quotes or single quotes one single quotes equal to single quotes one. Okay, I don't want to mention it again. So login ID will be empty. Password, this is the password they'll put. If at all it is vulnerable, right? If your website is vulnerable in login page, login service is there, no? Login ID is empty, password, whatever I told you, I don't want to repeat because of legal issues. If they put it up, you can easily go into the website. We have done it in the classes or in the sessions, right? We found out websites which are hackable. It's because of legality issues. I'm not sharing the details. Okay, we have done it. We can find this. They are not a very big issue. We can easily find in the internet also. Right? That is what is the scenario for in URL login. Login is very important. All the login pages first the hacker will find out. Then they will start finding a vulnerability into that. Empty ID we can enter, especially SQL injection. You are very right. Very true. Yeah. Especially it's called SQL injection. SQL database injection we are doing so that we go into the login pages, right? So this is what we do here in URL login. Similarly, you can use in URL Microsoft.com. Just give a space, everyone here. Since I'm giving it to you, I'm just saving a space here. Okay. So if you want to combine these tools, you can use site colon Microsoft.com. Then if you say file type colon PPT, and then in the PPT, if penetration testing only you want, this is the tool. What is the scenario? I'm just searching Microsoft.com. In Microsoft.com, I only want the file type PPT. In PPT, I only want the phrase which contains the PPT penetration testing. Then I will use this tool. Okay, I'll just move upon. Since it is there, right? We'll see some examples, some we'll move upon. The next is, how many of you have tried this ever, this tool? This finding out a camera. Anybody in the participants list tried here? Just type this and see in your laptop. What I'm trying to tell, just anybody can figure it out. What am I trying to do? Anybody in the participants list know this command, know this tool? In URL colon controls, I'm just showing because you have to try the tool. In URL colon control / user image .html. I did not get any answer. Yes, exactly. Many webcams are open. Open link they have given for many webcams. You can just check the second one, camera 2 live, or the first one. Yes, webcam is open. Just check the links, participants. I'll show you one. tried already so many times. That's the reason it's coming. You see the first one. It will take some time to load. It is a live capture. If you see a capture live image, it will take some time to load. It's loading. This is not loading with it is coming. See, this is a live capture of an image somewhere in the foreign country or some, yeah, I suppose it's foreign country. This is a live capture of an image. So this link is open now. What a hacker will do, this link maybe you will not get any much information, right? Just participants. Hello. Yeah, you hear me. Participants, please see that this is now, this image is there now. If you see, go home and see, the same image will not be there. So what I'm trying to say is a live capture. That's all. It's not like that. It's a still image. Yeah, thank you. I'll move on. Now, there is a quick link which is, as I already told you, it's self-learning. There's a quick link which is given here, which I'll show you now. What and all is possible? Okay. What and all is possible? As like in title, if you click that links, it comes. I have only touched upon in title and in URL, file type, the site. Apart from that, there's catchy, related, link, align text, align URL, align in title, related, so many are there. Please use these tools and check it up yourself. Okay, this is self-learning for you all. So I've just given it because of time constraints, I can only touch upon tools, some of the tools. So I've provided links just for you to update yourself into other tools is concerned. So if you see here, there's a link below. It's used by bug counters. That is what it says. The next tool, all these are passive, right? All these are passive, which is not much concern. The next is, we are going to see the tool called Email Harvester. For that, you should install Kali Linux. How many of you have Kali Linux here installed? Anybody? Oh, good. That's good. Subhashni, that's good. Ma'am is Rojalina Priyadashni. Scott. Okay. So, no, that's okay. That's okay. Not an issue. Okay. For those who are installed, you can try. For those who have not installed also, I'll just giving this, word copy from where, how to install Kali Linux, right? What are the steps? There are two ways you can install a Kali Linux. No need for partitioning your system. Nowadays, nobody does that. No one does that. So you just use VirtualBox or VMware. VirtualBox is open source, so it's better to use that. VMware, you have to crack a license for that. I mean, licensing for that. No, not since being ethical hacker, not required to that. Yeah, bootable, pen drive. Yes, exactly. Various versions are there. So now, leaving all versions, I feel that VirtualBox is so handy. Okay, so please install the VirtualBox using this platform, then download Kali Linux and install all the steps I've given. Okay, it's because of time constraint. Only one thing is, how many of you know now root options are not available in Kali Linux? Root options are not available in Kali Linux nowadays. Yes, right. We have just freeze the root options. So what we have to do is, please note down here, we have to use sudo su. First it was 2, now they have changed, they're not giving you root options. Latestly I downloaded, because for your session, I should see what is current trending. So I just downloaded 2 days back and installed and saw it's not 2. Now they have changed. you have to use sudo su. Yes, right. You have to use sudo su. Then you can go into root options. Even if config is not working in, even if config is not working in your login, that means user login. Even if config is not working, only user login, from there you just put sudo su and type in your user login password. Sudo if config also you can do it. Yeah, that is possible. But some other commands is not working. So what do you for that case? So you may know you have to use sudo if config, but somebody doesn't know that. So I'm giving all options. Okay. So use sudo su and then type in your password for user password, username password. Your username you would have created, right? Using all the above steps, use that and then go further. You'll get root options. So this tool, for those who already installed Kali, not an issue. For those who have not installed Kali, for them I'm telling you can go up with this note. Okay. So you can now try the email harvester tools. Okay. So what is this email harvester? It's nothing but every, for example, if it's Hindustan or St. Joseph's or any of the industries, all will have email servers, right? You all know about it. Okay. Why we require this email servers? Because we have the domain. We have the domain at hindustan.univ.ac.in. Similarly, St. Joseph's has the domain. Microsoft has at microsoft.com, right? So if you want to find out what are all the email addresses under a particular domain, right? So you can use this email harvester tool. Just those who are having the Kali Linux, just type in this one. The harvester. Now H is capital, is latest. Previously it was H is small, but latest edition, if at all you have, H will be capital. Okay. Old versions H is small. All updations are happening. You have to try out. See, if some tools is not working out, you just please immediately ping into Google. You'll get the answer. Okay. Google is our friend, and it's like a pathfinder for us. Everything will be solved in Google, right? Immediately you ping it, that's all over. You'll be getting it out. So those who have Kali, I've already installed Kali. I've just done it here. I'll just okay. So please try. See, it's so handy now from your VirtualBox. Previously also it was there, but previously I found that it's not that much comfortable. Now they made it comfortable. But what industry says, they are not at all comfortable with Kali. What is trending? Can anybody say here? What is trending in industry? No, not Parrot. No. Some more. Okay. Some more. Okay, some more. What is trending in industry? Okay, tail. Then I'll tell you what is trending in industry now. They mostly use command line tools. Okay, so what they're doing is they have only GitHub OS operating system, and then they are into a GitHub. Yeah, no, VM is not like that. Okay, I'll continue. Wait. So what they're doing is in industry is they have this Ubuntu, right? Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu operating system. I've said GitHub. I'm sorry. Ubuntu operating system, and they are getting the GitHub repositories. They are cloning into this. Okay, Ubuntu operating system. They are getting the GitHub repositories and cloning into this. That is what they are doing. That is the latest trending analysis. I mean, trending which is going in the industry side. So they are not using Kali because Kali is putting out, even it is both are open source, but Kali is showing some errors. It seems not very comfortable. Kai version is not very comfortable, but still Kali is updating every now and then. Okay. So I'll move upon with the slides. So I said the harvester -D. Okay, what is that? First I'll explain and then we'll go on. Okay, the harvester is a tool used here afterwards. I already said the harvesters tool is available only in Kali Linux. So harvester -H if you put, right? minus H if you put, right, you will get all the help, what are all available under that version. That's called help tool. Okay. So here the harvester minus D, right? Minus D is for data source of particular website. Okay, and you have to check it out. By using the minus B parameter, you can include the option what and all you have. You surf through afterwards when you find time, you just surf through and then find out the harvester. Okay, I will also put here the harvester. See the, I'm sorry. All tab will works in your only within your Kali, so we have to come out here. The H is for capital. All of them who are using the old versions of Kali, you can use small h. Har, HAR, VESTER. HAR, VESTER. Minus D, nptel.ac.in, minus B. Minus B. I'm just showing up here. The harvester minus D nptel.ac.in -b space all. It will hunt and tell you the source. It will take some time. So what is that we are going to find out? What is the email addresses for this, nptel.ac.in. Always everything is not open sourced. That also we should take care. If you try same thing with Microsoft and see what happens. Just check with Microsoft and see what happens. See now, what are all the tools it is searching? I could read from here. It is ThreadCrowd, Netcraft, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo. From there and all, it is hunting. Actually, the harvester is just hunting. We can also hunt in the same places. Same tools, we can also start hunting. It will take some time. Let it go. If you see Microsoft.com, what is the answer? Can somebody say here? Just check Microsoft.com. One immediately it will comes because it doesn't show all the information. What is the answer you're getting? Somebody can try out Microsoft.com. What is the email address providers, or what are the email addresses associated with a particular website? You may think it is not important. It's very important. They may find us a particular email address. They will start. If somebody wants to hack someone, they start sending some Trojan malware into their spam messages to them, and they will be a victim. What is the answer all of you got, or anybody got? Previously it was small h. Yeah, okay. No, I asked you to try for a Microsoft.com. Who's the email provider for them? That's the answer I need. That's the answer I need until it goes on. If somebody could try and tell me, I'll be so happy. We are going to end up with active. We are going to move on to passive. Who's the email address provider for Microsoft.com? It should be answered as Outlook if you check out. Still it is going on. Okay, so let it go on. It should be there. It is outlookexpress.com. Here it is Google, Gmail. Okay, that's the answer which you can try it out at your home. Let us go into the your active, right? Okay. So I'll give you in a nutshell. Please go through what is called active. You are gathering information, right? But in a much more healthier way in terms of ethical actor is concerned. What is the meaning of healthier way? Healthy way means much more intelligence. Okay, you are able to find out what is all a port. A port is open. Basically, you should know what is a port, right? A port is a communication endpoint, right? Which you're connecting with a system. For example, operating system is there, right? Suppose you're connecting that to a process or a network service, or from you are accessing a website, right? That website internally you're into the server, into the system, it will be connected to a port. That is what will be happening, right? Internally using your port number only, a service will be running. Your TCP IP runs through a port. Your HTTP, what is the port number for HTTP? What is the port number for HTTPS? Thank you. Very, very, very good participants. You are 80 and 443. I got very immediately the answer. So easy question I asked you, right? But still, most of the people may think that it is easy. Most of the people even doesn't know about it. Okay, it is all not like that. We forget in days passed by. That is also there. All other ports are also available. Because mostly we target only HTTP and HTTPS. Okay. So what I did now is just look upon this. Host is one of the initial DNS enumeration tool. So what we are going to do is we are going to have this IP addresses, okay, and then what is the server name, like that. We have to going to find out what is the name servers. But the highlighting ones which I put up there, AMAS, Alt DNS, DIG, you please try out in your home, right? That is what is the latest tools which needs some time to explain. We have to install this. Alt DNS can be installed through GitHub, right? DIG, you have a direct repository. Everything, the link is given now, given at the bottom. You see here, I have given for AMAS, I've just given for Alt DNS, right? And at the bottom again, there is a thing for DIG command. Okay, so everything is given here. So please, all of you try it out at your home by using this linkage. It is a little bit time consuming process. You have to install and do it, right? DIG comes, I think, on the way, but Alt DNS doesn't come. And then if you want to install DIG also, you have to go in reinstallation to it, something like that. You check it out. But what to be done, how to do it, everything step by step basis are given here. Okay, that's called self-learning. We all should cultivate self-learning, but we'll see one tool which is called Host, right? Host-T, it's the target. NS is the name server of which website? Microsoft.com. Host-T is the target. That means we are targeting a name server. NS is a name server. I gave you an introduction itself. What's a name server with that GoDaddy, VaultTR, DigitalOcean, cloud provider. Microsoft.com. Just try out these tools in your Kali. I will also try to do in my Kali. Okay. So finally, what does it say? Users found is 3 users at Swami Yamachadi, at Suman Badra _in, at Dhanashekhar _m. These 3 people are users. Find NPTEL at nptel.ac.in. These 3 users are using it. Just showing there. And I use for NPTEL. The 3 users are found. Okay. For this nptel@nptel.ac.in, right? For 3 users are found at present. Some usage is there which say it is captured and giving you off. That is the interesting point behind your email harvester. You see who are using it, everything, which email address is currently in action. Everything can be found out on the fly, on the go. That is the use of email harvester tool. At Swami, at Sumati Badra underscore IN, at Dhanashekar underscore M. These 3 people. Okay. So we'll move on with the tools fastly. Host-t-ns-microsoft.com. So there are 4 name servers for Microsoft.com. Those 4 servers are supported by Azure. This is the information we are getting. And I put up this command. It shows 4 name servers provided by Azure. I think if it's not visible, I'm just reading it out. Okay. So that is the beauty of this command. What are the name servers? Initially, we saw the name servers using web tools. Now we are using command line tools, which has got more intelligence. We can do much more like this. What is that much more is what I'm going to show you. The next thing which you can try is host-t mx. Mx is your mail server. Okay, mail server. Then again Microsoft.com. Microsoft is handling only Outlook.com. The mail server of your Microsoft is Outlook.com. It has come out. Okay. The mail server of your Microsoft is Outlook.com. That is what is the information we are gathering. Then the next options, because of time constraint, I'll just quickly go through. If you do this, the options. If you want, suppose when you list out -tns in nptel.in, you are getting 4 name servers. If you want to do a name, if you want to change a name service from one service to another, you can use the next tool and do it if there is permission. So a hacker will try out. So suppose we are using one name server for one purpose, right? And then a second name server for second purpose. They'll try to interchange both. Exchange. What happens? Data gets stored here and there. Some issue happens, right? So that is all they will try out using this tool. So that is hope you are getting the intelligence between that tool and this tool. There you can see what are the name servers. Whereas in command line, you can do much more. What is a mail server? How to exchange the name servers? Everything is possible. These things you can install in Linux, but you have to get the tool from GitHub. Not an issue. GitHub, you have to install, clone it from GitHub. Yeah, clone it from GitHub. Exactly. Thank you, Joshi. Kirit Joshi. You have to clone it. That's the only extra thing you have to do. But Kali, it's pre-installed. Yeah. Okay. We'll move on. Okay. So we are going to the second phase. Very quickly, I go through. I know it's 8 minutes left out. I don't know how am I going to complete, but let me complete. Okay. So the next commands is nothing but scanning. Scanning has got more intelligence. Okay. Now see here carefully. I'll just do a slide mode. So scanning can be done by using very important tool. Most of you will know it, Nmap. Okay, scanning can be done. Very important tool is Nmap. Okay, Nmap -s small s capital S. There's a meaning for that. -T2. There's a meaning for that. Target is nothing but IP address. and then finally output options. Okay, I've just listed down the top 15 10-map commands. Please, that's the latest. Okay, this is the current, this is the past, that's the latest commands which is available. You can try out at your home at any time. Very easy options. Hide meet Google. Okay, I'll do that. Done. Thank you. I did it. Hope you all can see. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so this is what is a tool. Okay, nmap smallest capital S. Nmap is a command. You can do a network scanning, you can do a port scanning, operating scanning. Okay, operating scanning, version scanning, and goes on. That is the beauty of nmap. So what I did is I have just shown up here an example. I have just given the link for you to go into see and just see all the nmap commands. Okay, what is this SS is nothing but that's a stealth scan. Stealth scan means nobody knows what is happening inside it, right? It is because you know that TCP is a three-way handshake. It's a request, sync for that, acknowledgement, and finally an acknowledgement, right? That's a three-way handshake. So you don't get a three-way handshake here. You'll be in connection always, right? But handshake will not be there finally. Acknowledgement will not be there. That is what is your stealth scan. Then you have a TCP ST if you put, that's a TCP scan. SU if you put, instead of SS, I'll go through. In this case, you see SS, right? That's a stealth scan. Or otherwise, it's called stealth scan. That's whatever you say. Mostly industry people say a stealth scan. You know, you see what is called stealth submarines, which goes underground. No connectivity will be there. It will not be coming into the range of any others. That's called stealth. SM is acknowledgement scan. Okay. What were the T numbers? The first one is intrusion detection, right? Second one is polite. That means it uses less bandwidth. Third one uses normal. Fourth one is very aggressive, very speed. Fifth one is insane, extraordinarily fast network. If you require, you use these things. So that's the timing. Based upon timing, you get an answer. When you do nmap, based upon the timing, if you need an answer, you use this nmap time operations, right? Again, I'll go back here. We use here T2. Okay, we use here T2. That is what I'm saying. Instead of T2, you can have T0, T2, T3, T4, and T5. Then output options. Initially, we had here ON. Okay, what are they? ON is normal output. You want in various versions. Greppable is the industry standard output. Pen testers mostly use this one, right? It is basically by using the tools called grep. Okay. This is the output portion. So nmap itself to find out open ports, networks, what's happening, how to do it. I'm just giving you an in-depth, connectivity. Finally, OS. OS is your script outputs. Mostly, if you want as a script, so you can get it as a normal, you can get it as XML, you can get it as a grep. Mostly pen testers use this because you use a certain tool for the separately and then get it out. Finally, it is the script git output. Okay. Understood? I'll complete. So what you do is, please all of you try at home all this. Yeah, thank you. All of you try at home all these versions. It's so easy, so user-friendly I've given you. Except the numbers, please note down. Yeah, I know that. Except the versions 192.168.0.0/24. This is the only thing you should change. 0.0 you have to change. That's IP address you have to change. That IP address you have to find out using the if config. If you are using Kali, if you are using Windows, it is IP config. Similarly, for port scanning, the tools are there. Please go through. I just given same various versions I just tried out. If you want to do a service scan, you do this option. What is basically is what operating system the IP. That means IP belongs to a server. Remember always, right? What is that IP is using right now? That server or a system is using what operating system, what version. What ports are open? What we can do with the open ports? That is what is mentioned here. Okay, we'll move on with the fast. Only 2 phases I said I will be going on. Thank you, Ranjit. We'll be going upon the phases, right? Because of time constraints. See here, if you go for gaining access, already told you, we are going into a system. For that, you have to check the tools related to cross-site scripting, SQL injection, and backdoors. For this, if you go on learning with the tool options, then you can go into the system. For this, separate sessions are there, which we have conducted at Hindustan and also in various places. Okay, because that's again a 3-hour session we have to go upon. Okay, so these are the places where you using these beside this concept, there's are tools which you have to use it out. The finally is the 4th option is the maintaining access. Again, if you see here, threat modeling, vulnerability access, all this will be coming into it. Again, you have to find some tools for that and then go upon. Maintaining means what? You are into a system, you are maintaining there for a certain amount of time. So again, you have to go and for certain tools. Analysis. Here we do a specific exploits by using Metasploit. That's again a tool. And then find out how far you can able to get out the data from that machine. You have entered, initially you found out how the machine is, then by using the tools, what until you can perform. 3rd thing, you went into it. 4th thing, you maintain. Finally, you're taking up the report. Lastly, you want to erase the entry you made in. That's the covering. Thank you. I'll finish it off. Okay, 4 more slides. Okay. So what is called black box penetration testing is, suppose if you are a tester now, with all these tools, you go to a company, you are a tester. Black box means you don't have any information about the endpoint. Then you do a testing. White box, you know the information about the endpoint, but not in a clear-cut way. Like you know full information. I'm sorry. Gray boxes, black boxes, you doesn't know any information about a website, but you are hacking. White boxes, you know everything about about the website. Gray boxes, you know half, you doesn't know half. You do a testing. That's a blending, which comes out. So what is called red team? If you are in the offensive side, it is called red team, right? Offensive is nothing but you are in the side finding out the attacks. Doing an attack and finding out the exploitable vulnerability available in a system. That's called red team. The red team, your Deloitte company is mostly into red team. Okay, Deloitte is mostly into red team. KPMG is into both red and blue team. That's called purple team. Whereas your blue team is nothing but you are in the defensive side. Red team is offensive. Blue team is your defensive. Defensive is nothing but if a hacker tries to attack you, you just stop it out. Okay, if a hacker tries to attack, you stop this side. That means you defend yourself. You close all the loopholes, close all the vulnerability points. That's called blue team. What's called a purple team? It's both, combination of both. You should be offensive, you should be on the defensive side. Both a person does, that's called purple team. So I'll tell you one industry point, please bear with me that nowadays, most of the companies, for example, Chota Wala companies, small companies are the purple team, especially Freshworks. What they do is, red team, they automate using DevOps. Please understand, red team, they automate using DevOps. Only the blue team, they perform, right? In case of most of the companies, red team, they automate using DevOps and blue team, they perform. That is what is the latest information. Finally, the outcome, as tester finally should be able to, you fill it up. I just left out to you, right? We have done a pen testing. We have set the phases, what to do. We have sent the methodology. We have found out the framework, how to be done. A tester should be finally able to do what? That is what is you learned from this, you learned from this session, right? I'm not giving an answer for this. You have to get the answer, right? That is what I'm asking you to find out, what a tester should be finally able to do. Okay. So as I already told you, these are the links for self-learning. Everywhere there is a self-learning link, my dear participants. But this is the overall learning, self-learning, which is active now at present. OWASP, Open Web Application Security Project. And then GitHub is the source where you can take up the repository. I've just put it up. And especially you have to move into Twitter community to get hold on some people who are currently working on these tools. right? So any questions? Thank you. Any questions? Thank you. Thank you. If you have any, please, my request is one more point I should add upon here. Connect with your alumni. Okay, please connect with my alumni. I would like to, I mean, acknowledge here my 3 alumni. One is working, Naveen, who's working in Freshworks. Another, Jeevaraman, who's working in Deloitte. And then Sabrinath, who's working in KPMG. And finally, my dear student who's called Rahul is not working in a company, but he's got his own organization. He's a big bug bounter. And they all supported me for this, update for you. It's only because of those alumni I'm just giving you this information. So this is one more point which I'm not mentioned here. Please connect with your alumni. So any questions if you have, you can ask me. Otherwise, my session is over. I'll just provide this PPT with to sir or to ma'am, Lily ma'am. It will be very useful, and also the slide on how to install Kali, and then how to insert your sudo and every other step is also there. Yes, you start. Please do certification courses. Beginner level certification courses are there, which is provided by Skillstar. You can go through that.
Any queries? Participants, do you have any queries?
Yeah, ma'am, they're putting up there, ma'am. Yeah, definitely. Ethical hacking can be taught to students. Definitely. It should be ethical hacking. That's what I meant for. Yeah. Whatever I told you, I never touched upon any of the bad sectors of the tools. I just sent one, but I never typed in and showed you. That is the way you should teach your students also. Always stress upon ethical, right? Then they slowly get into it, because mostly if you see this open cameras, if you see this open without login ID or putting a password, entering into a website, they will be misusing it, especially. Exactly, Sushma said. Yeah, they may be misusing it. So we should be very careful, in explaining things to our students.
Well, that's why it is very difficult, ma'am, like whether to teach the things or no for students, because
that's what, ma'am, we should never teach upon the tools, which is very aggressive. Light version of the tools should be taught. We should actually leave it to students. They can handle themselves.
Because negative things are more attractive.
Yeah, you're very right. Yes, definitely they can compromise the whole system if you use much more intelligence tools. I've just touched upon only the few things. More curious, exactly. If you use more intelligence tools, still you can get in GitHub. See, GitHub is one more thing. See, actually, GitHub is for learning, right? GitHub is giving us for learning purpose. Very open-minded. But still, some black hat hackers are there. What to do? Then learning will not happen. Then how your red team will be there, right? Red team also should be required. Blue team also should be required. Offensive, defensive, both are required. Any more questions? Yeah, definitely I'll share the PPT. I'll send it to sir and to ma'am, Lily ma'am, and to Thuraimurugan sir. I would like to acknowledge Thuraimurugan sir because he has invited me for the session. I would like to thank him. Thank you, sir, if at all you are there.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I will share the PPT with you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, and also the word copy which is contained how to install most of it's very easy as on date, but still, if somebody feels that if they require, they can use that part. Magazine, I'm not very sure. It is definitely there. I'm really no, I did not update in this part. I just asked my alumni just to give me an insight on what is the openings for learners, what is the open forum available. Community is what I know. Twitter community is what I know. I don't know about the magazine. Sorry about that. Yes, I'm sending it definitely. Installation guide is there. So easy. It's not at all difficult. It's very easy. I'm just sending along with that to sir. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for calling me and then giving me an opportunity. Thank you. I hope I made it to some level.
Thank you, Sharmila ma'am. Really, it was very useful for the participants and also for us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, participants, for joining the session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
If any participant is having any problem with Google Classroom or just getting the registration ID, please wait. Duraimurugan sir? Duraimurugan sir? Duraimurugan sir? Participants, you can leave tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, your next session starts. Please join by 9:55. Google Classroom, just a minute. Raja sir? Okay, today we will solve that, sir. Google Classroom problem, solve that. Okay, apart from that, any attendance problem you have? Anybody is having any attendance problem?
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Hello, Sujay Mainkar over here.
Yes, sir.
Madam, that attendance is not yet updated in AICT portal, no?
That's what, sir. Actually, we are not sure about the attendance. Still,
Okay.
many are having different names in the portal and in our
Okay.
feedback. That is why
Okay.
actually we are verifying. After verifying, we'll input, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, but your name is there in the sheet, no Excel sheet.
Ha, Excel sheet, my name is there.
Okay, then no problem.
Okay.
We'll update.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Because if you are not present, we have to put absent for that particular participant. That is why we are
Yes. Yes.
asking for so
Okay.
many
Okay.
times. Okay,
Hmm,
okay,
hmm, hmm.
sir, thank you. And also for your kind reference, actually whatever mail ID or name or phone number you have mentioned in your Atal portal will be taken into account. That is what actually put in your Excel sheet also. AS 117, whether your name is there in case of your Excel sheet? Was there your name? Kalyani ma'am? Not there. Okay. No, no, I'm asking about the Excel sheet. Your name, whether it was there or not. Just a minute, ma'am. I'll check it. Just a minute. My portal is open. I'll check it. Just a minute. Ma'am, is this your number? Yes, okay. I'll add it, ma'am. I'll add it.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Madam, I have attended the first day session,
Okay.
but I could not update the feedback form.
Why, sir? What is the problem? Now, what about now?
Now I am updating. For afternoon session I have updated, but in the morning session I could not update the feedback.
Okay, sir. Okay. But you were there. Have you
Pardon?
attended, sir, first session?
I could not update the feedback bar at attendance form, Google form.
But you were there in the session, sir.
Yes.
Okay, actually, we are taking even Excel sheet, sir. For attendance, we are actually
Okay.
downloading the Excel sheet from Google Meet.
Meeting.
So, no problem.
Okay.
If your name is there,
Okay.
we'll consider definitely.
Okay, sir. Madam.
Okay, okay.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, this is Prakash. Actually, I have attended the session and by 4 o'clock the call was cut. I didn't have a network. That's why I'm not able to fill the feedback right now. Is it possible to share it again, ma'am?
Just a
Hello.
minute. Just a minute.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, waiting, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sir.
Hello, madam.
Yes, sir.
I'm Dikshit. Actually, I'm not able to access the Google Classroom. Can you please share that PPTs or presentation on WhatsApp group? Because it's not giving me access when I'm trying to access that Google
Which
Classroom.
one, sir? Which one, sir? Classroom.
Google Classroom for
Google
presentation.
Classroom. Okay, sir. Today we'll solve it, sir. Today
Okay.
we'll solve it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. If there is no problem, you can leave. Tomorrow morning, you can join by 9:55.